it's Sarah Gollier. Okay, so the lateral epicondyle is here on the outside. Your medial epicondyle here. Your olecranon process, your elbow. Your radius is here, this bone on the thumb side. Your ulna. Your radial tuberosity is on the proximal end over here. It's where the biceps attach to. Your ulnar tuberosity is on the other side where the brachialis attaches to. Your MCP joint, your metacarpal phalangeal joint, is your knuckles. Your proximal interphalangeal joint is the next ones right here. And these are your the distal interphalangeal joints. Okay, so the first muscle is the bicep muscle. It has two heads. The first head, its origin is on the supraglenoid fossa. The short head is on the coracoid process. It inserts onto the radial tuberosity, and its main action is elbow flexion and forearm supination. So the triceps have three heads, so there's three different origins. The first origin is a long head, and it comes from the infraglenoid tubercle of the scapula back here. The lateral head, its origin is from the inferior to greater tubercle on the posterior humerus, and the medial is the posterior surface of the humerus back here. All of them insert onto the olecranon process of the ulna on your elbow, and its action is elbow extension. This. Okay, next is the extensor carpi radialis brevis muscle. Its origin is on the lateral epicondyle here, and it inserts onto the base of the third metacarpal, which is here on your middle finger. Its action is wrist extension. Okay, next is the extensor carpi radialis longus muscle. Its origin is from the supracondylar ridge of the humerus, and it inserts onto the base of the second metacarpal, which is your index finger here, the base of it. And its primary action is wrist extension and radial deviation. Extensor carpi ulnaris muscle. Its origin is on the lateral epicondyle here, and its insertion is on the base of the fifth metacarpal, so it's here. And its primary action is wrist extension and ulnar deviation, which is this way. The flexor carpi ulnaris muscle is a little different than the extensor carpi ulnaris muscle. Its origin is from the medial epicondyle here, and it inserts onto the pisiform bone and the base of the fifth metacarpal here. So it goes from here and here. Its primary action is wrist flexion and ulnar deviation. The flexor carpi radialis muscle, its origin is on the medial epicondyle, and it inserts onto the base of the first and the second metacarpals. Its primary action is wrist flexion and radial deviation, this way. Next is the thenar eminence and the hypothenar eminence. The thenar is the bulk right here of your thumb, and the hypothenar eminence is on the other side, on the pinky here. The extensor digitorum muscle comes from the lateral epicondyle here, and it inserts onto the base of the distal phalanx of the second to the fifth fingers. So it goes from here all the way to the fingertips on these four fingers. It extends all the joints, the MCPs, the PIPs, and the DIP joints. Flexor digitorum superficialis muscle, its origin is from the common flexor tendon on the medial epicondyle here, the cornoid process and the radius, and it inserts onto the sides of the middle phalanx of the four fingers down here. And it flexes your metacarpal phalangeal joints and your proximal interphalangeal joints here. The flexor digitorum profundus muscle is very similar to the extensor digitorum muscle. Its origin is from the upper 3/4 of the ulna, and it inserts onto the distal phalanx of the four fingers. Its primary action is flexing all three of the joints, the MCPs, the PIPs, and the DIPs. And thanks for watching.